My gosh, the anime community is toxic. Rampant gatekeeping, whether it's not for you, so go away. Another anime tourist, why are you still watching this? You're just hate watching. The waifu wars are toxic. People shitting on each other's favorite anime. You can't even say that you like a show without getting 50 comments saying, ugh, so mid. Spend a short while in any community and you'll see it. Shoot. It's rampant on social media. We can't just like things anymore. It all makes you think, man, why are anime, manga, light novel communities so damn toxic? You know what I would say in response to all this? Welcome to the current age of public discourse and pretty much internet anonymity. It is really easy when you enter a bubble that you almost feel like it's an isolated thing. The mentality of those that you encounter surrounding a certain thing being a sum of it and not this broader issue. To put it simply, every community, group, platform, social media is like this. I know it sucks to say, but it's true, especially on the internet. Some people just can't converse anymore. So what's causing this? What's the core problem here? Personally, I think it just stems from the growing trend of media groups and whatnot seeking to divide everybody. And damn if they're not doing a good job of it. You can't have a political stance, a certain belief, or a choice without being thrown into one of two buckets. You're either group one, way over here, or you're group two, way over here. Every topic turns into how far can I push you into this group over here? And sadly, the best way to do that is to put the person you're talking to into a constant state of defense. It's a sad reality because it shuts down any ability for any conversation to happen and for people to understand each other. In the end, people become so opinionated that they almost seek out disagreement. And social media itself encourages it, because the most outrageous comment you make is going to catch people's attentions more, and they're going to hit like because they either agree with it or they're going to retweet it or something just to get eyes on it to say that's wrong. But I think the worst thing that comes out of this whole equation is the fact that everybody assumes the extremes of the person they're talking to. People will get into a heated debate over here, and then when they come over to here, they assume that everything they heard over here, every stance, every point of view, everything that justifies a certain thought process is over here. And they just dump on anybody that says anything remotely close to this and assume they believe the same things. Well, I talked to this person over here that likes toast and hates waffles. So if you say that you like toast, you obviously hate waffles. For me personally, when I get that indication, I just walk away. I already know that this is gonna go nowhere because it feels like I have to clarify everything to the person before we can even start talking. Now, this is not the case for everybody. In some cases, it's also the fact that there's language barriers. People use certain words not realizing how harsh they possibly sound. They could also be socially awkward and just not really know how to communicate to people. It's why typically whenever somebody says something that seems harsh, I want to not assume they mean the worst. And in a lot of cases, they'll either come back and apologize, or they'll clarify and say, yeah, I kind of didn't mean it that way. And I also believe a lot of this nasty discourse on the internet could be because of this little sprinkle of mental health issues. On the internet, you don't know who you run into. You don't know their history. You don't know what they've been through. Sometimes people just don't have mental filters. They say the worst things without even thinking about it. Or they could be a little bit too obsessed with their favorite character or franchise, snapping at the smallest things. Not that they're bad people if it's a case of mental health, but it's still something to keep in mind. That's all for me to make one thing perfectly. That's a long little preamble before I get into my actual point here. It's all for me to say this is not anime fandom specific. And this is something that's been brewing up for a while now. I've seen a lot of this discourse, honestly, a lot of the controversy going on right now with Mushoku Tensei and how people are gatekeeping or saying anime tourists when people are not tourists. And I've seen countless times over my last 10 years doing this as both a hobby and now as full time of people claiming shonens are toxic and these people are toxic. I'm tired of people saying that as if it's something that's specific to the anime community. I'm tired of people saying it's specific to the shonen fandom. It's not Naruto fanboys. It's not manga purists. It's not sources versus anime onlys. It's not specific to communities. It's people in general, the world. Everybody's doing this. It's probably just that some people are getting stuck in a bubble and they think that this is something new here. It's not new. It's the world. And I do sympathize that some people might forget that. Sure, there's outliers out there, but I just get a little bit annoyed in the idea that whenever I hear people say that a certain community is toxic, someone joins a fandom and suddenly they go, my gosh, these people are the worst, when they possibly just ran into a bundle of people that just don't know how to converse properly. Now, I'm not perfect, and I certainly get stuck in that mentality here and there. I mean, I experienced it when I first made content for the Bleach anime. Big mistake there. I got flooded with spoilers and, oh my gosh, who is this guy comments. Like I just stepped into somebody's house and they were hanging out with their besties. That feeling of, you're not welcome here. This is ours. We have our content creators. Don't step in here. But I still feel like I have a good grasp on what's going on, and I feel it necessary to help other people who may not realize that this case isn't isolated. It's way too easy to get disheartened and feel unwelcome in a community, only to immediately label that community as toxic. You assume that it's the majority, when in actuality, it's a loud minority. You feel like an outsider, and that community isn't for you. It's like that news reporter that's on television and says, oh my gosh, this tweet is really important, and you look at the bottom and it says likes 4. And you realize probably 5 people seen that. But with all that said, I'm not here without my offer of some sort of solution. Sadly, I can't force people to stop being jerks, or make people meet you in the middle every single time you talk to them. You're still gonna run into these people that assume you are the worst and want to bash what you like. Shoot, I'll even admit that my own Discord has this problem every now and then, even if I think that they do a lot better job meeting in the middle at some point. Something you won't find on Twitter or something. My best advice for people, my solution, is for people to stop trying to be a part of a community. Plain and simple. Stop looking for a community. Stop looking for the manga community. Stop looking for the anime community. Stop looking for the shonen community. Stop looking for this fictitious monument that is called community. Yes, it's a bold statement when I have my own Discord, and yes, I ran a forum for a long time. But it's not me saying don't join a Discord. It's not me saying don't be friends with people. It's not me saying don't talk with other fans. More like stop chasing the idea of a community. Like being some sort of member of a group that you feel is you. Because honestly, the idea of a community or a fan base isn't restricted. There's no rules that people are supposed to abide by. And even unspoken rules are always broken. People will always be people. And if you create this fake reality of some sort of camaraderie that can't be shaken, you're going to be sorely mistaken. When one person pushes against the grain, it'll shatter your expectations and it'll make you feel dejected from something you truly enjoy. I like Naruto. And I go to seek out the Naruto community, and then somebody said something bad, and so I suddenly think that I don't like Naruto anymore. I don't like this community. I have nobody to talk to because the first person I talked to was mean. Stop creating this thing that's a community. You went over here where fans are gathered, and you talked to one bad person, but it's not the community. Throw that away. It was one person. Let me go talk to somebody else. I ran into 15 nasty people. Let me talk to the 16th. You ran into a bad person. You ran into bad people. You did not talk to this fictitious community. They're not created together and bound together. Yes, there's trends. Yes, there's packets of mentalities. There's memes, but they're not everybody. Most people aren't even talking on the internet. Plus, there's the fact that, yes, welcome to real life. You're not going to always find everybody's going to be 100% in agreement with you. Stop looking for a community. Look for people. Look for fans. Connect with them. And honestly, as a fan of anime, manga, and light novels, it sucks having to say this. All this stuff is super sad because anime fans have always been isolated from the general public. We've always been such a strong camaraderie. We always had to hide in our caves and watch our shows, away from public eye. And our groups that we had, as the internet kicked off, we always had these chat rooms and everybody was excited about anime. And it's almost easy to forget that back then, yes, we had disagreements back then too. But there was a bond because the outside hated us. There was almost this sense that we had to give in to a lot of disagreements that we had because we were all we had. And now, anime, manga, and light novel has gotten so big. And we're so more paranoid now than ever for outsiders. And I think in the end, we end up just attacking each other. Yes, our space is being invaded, and the mainstream is picking up on what we're enjoying. And now they want to say that we shouldn't be enjoying it. It's like I'm a kid again, and my mom found that certain magazine under my bed. I'm joking, I don't have a magazine under my bed. I'm not a pervert or anything. I mean, you put it between the box spring and the mattress anyways. Plus there's the fact that now with all these outsiders partaking in what we enjoy so much, and guess what? They have opinions too. At the end of the day, the nutshell of all this stuff, the things that I want everybody to hopefully take into consideration. Don't assume the worst of others. Meet in the middle, talk, find out where they stand first. And please, please, please stop assuming the extremes of each other. Let people enjoy things. You can offer your opinion, but nobody likes a Debbie Downer. It adds nothing to the conversation if all you have to add is it's mid. Your show sucks. Okay. Don't be a gatekeeper. Be accepting of outsiders, but don't feed the trolls. Sometimes it's pretty damn obvious that somebody is just an outsider that wants to be a troll. They're the writer of a big publication or something like that. And finally, stop trying to be part of a community. Please, just give up that label. Stop this idea of this organization, this group. Just make friends and don't connect people to groups. Just meet people. Stop expecting them to be an organization. These are things that I fight personally every single day to remember. And it's something more important than ever, as it's going to get worse. People are pushed daily to divide. And anime, manga, and light novels are getting more and more popular, which I'm not too happy about. Shocking, I know, but that's a video for another day. Anyhow, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully this can maybe ease some people's minds. I think of everything, it's not me really necessarily saying, don't be this, don't do this. You can do whatever the hell you want. I can't control anybody. But like I said earlier, something that I've been hearing over and over and over again, and I honestly, over the last 10 or so years doing content like this, I get agitated every time I think that people are trying to create this idea of a community. And it's just not a healthy mindset, because it really does easily, I think of anything, in some cases, it can make you want to give up on things quicker. Like, oh, the first person I talked to is terrible. Guess I don't have to be a part of that. And it's really just not a healthy mindset. Converse with people and meet in the middle. But if you like this video, make sure to hit that like button down below, comment, let me know what you think of this whole situation. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as always. If you did, and you want to support the channel more, I have a Patreon link, tips link, super thanks, membership button down below. Greatly appreciate everybody does, and y'all take care.